Chair, thank you so much. You guys have suffered through my reminiscing of growing up in Borough Heights. It was an incredible community, diverse. There's a new book out on Borough Heights written by the historian George Sanchez. And there's a new initiative to create a museum because Borough Heights is the Ellis Island of our country. And so you all know that I grew up there and had a really rich life. One of the elements that's part of the richness in Borough Heights is its sports tradition. So, for example, Meyer Luskin, the namesake for the Luskin School at UCLA, played baseball there. He played at Evergreen Park. I think he played shortstop or second base. He's well known amongst all the other baseball players. Recently, the Times has run a series about the semi-pro baseball teams that played on the east side, sponsored by various industries. It's also home to some great athletes, Dodgers like Willie Davis, Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl champion, USC athletic director Mike Garrett also came from Roosevelt. Walt Simon, champion of the ABA Nets. My dear friend Lynn Kane, 7-year pro at the end in the NFL, captain of a national championship team. It's got a rich tradition, and so people are very proud to be Rough Riders, to go play ball at Roosevelt High School. I've written that it was my ultimate aspiration when I was a youngster. And the big role that's played by the coaches is significant because they're the ones that nurture that community. There's a rich tradition of coaches on the east side, Al Padilla, Vic Loya, Ray McLean, Steve Robinson, Coach Soria, and of course, Coach Chavez. Coach Chavez was born April 8, 1941 here in the city of Los Angeles. He attended the local schools, Rowan Elementary at Rowan and Franco, Stevenson Junior High in Indiana. And ironically, he attended Garfield High School. But his greatest memory in life comes from being the coach at Roosevelt High School, where he was also, as I said, a consultant to Mike Garrett when he was athletic director. Coach Chavez was my coach, and Coach Chavez played a special role. He wasn't just a coach for a legion of football players, but he was that bridge to manhood for young men. On the east side, many young men without their fathers or estranged from their fathers, relied on Coach Chavez as their mentor, as their teacher, as their big brother, as their surrogate father, and of course, their coach for life. And so we lost Coach Chavez yesterday morning. He was a tremendous figure in my life. I will say this candidly, that other than my father, he was probably the most consequential man in my life. We retained our relationship, our friendship. We actually lived across the street from him for a short while. He would call me son or mijo. Mijo was a term of endearment that he saved for everybody who played for him. And when he called you mijo, you knew that it was with love and great affection. Now, Chavez, you need to know, was a character. This man could curse like a sailor. This man could be animated. The last thing he wanted to do was be within his distance of his ball cap, particularly if you were on the field, because if you made a mistake, you would soon find out with that ring in your helmet. He was just an incredible character, just larger than life. I remember he recruited me when I was in junior high school. I lived near the border, and it was a possibility I could have gone to Garfield. Wanted to make sure that I knew I had a place at Roosevelt High School. He was so influential on the east side. He's actually the person who helped name, him and Vic Loria named the East LA Classic, this great game between Garfield and Roosevelt, which is the most watched high school game in America. And he named it the East LA Classic because he wanted to bring it some dignity and some respect. And so he thought that title was appropriate. He's helped so many people get scholarships, get jobs, buy cars. If they got in trouble with the law, he always willing to make a phone call to help him out. I even know a former mayor that relied on his mentorship when he was a young man, a troubled young man. Just so important to me and my family. I love him very much. I love his family very much, and we lost him yesterday. And so he's survived by his family, Alfred Jr., Sal, Salvador, David, Rosa, Rosalinda, 6 grandchildren, and the love of his life, Rosa Marie, Chavez, and then just this legion of Rough Riders, Bobcats, Cougars, Huskies, who all relied on him for that critical moment of leadership, friendship, love, and of life coaching. Rest in peace, Coach. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Cedillo. That was beautiful.